That's the theme song. Okay. The Satanic Curses was episode 4 of season 4 of Two Guys and a Girl. Actually, this should be over here. Yeah, it's a Halloween episode and it follows the Halloween episode structure of not being in continuity with the rest of the series, as it ends on another moment that couldn't be canon with the rest of the series, but it does carry some canon before this. Just a little catch-up course on what happened between the last Halloween episode and this episode. Sharon and Johnny are now married. Irene is now a regular cast member. Her and Berg have slept together between the end of last season and this season, and I think Ashley's living with the guys. I think her and Berg have dated, but they're not together anymore. And currently, Pete is a firefighter, and he's dating Marty, although I don't think she's in this episode. Maybe they haven't met yet. No, they have. I don't know. But Pete is a firefighter now instead of a architect. I'm gonna get the word. So yes. And by this point, I think even by the last point, Johnny and Sharon are the caretaker. Johnny's the caretaker. Yeah, so the story here is that, Pete, Berg, and Sharon are watching horror movies or dirty horror movies. I Know Who You Did Last Summer. It is funny because they're watching it and she's like, no, don't go that way. Don't start making out with the other girl. And she pulls out the thing. I know who I did last summer. Okay, great. I know who you did last summer. Okay. It's one of those things, Shaving Ryan's Privates, or that they joke about in these kind of shows. But Star Wars, which was joked about in, I love Star Wars in that 70s show. But yeah, and so there is an argument. They're watching scary movies. Irene wants to watch with them, but they don't think she can handle it. So she summons forth Satan and curses them. So, yeah, that's the thing. So they're watching these dirty horror movies, and Irene comes in basically, no, you can't watch these. It's too scary. And then that's when she summons the devil. And then we have an argument. It doesn't happen right away because we have an argument between the three over which is worse. So, Berg thinks that being a man is worse. Sharon thinks, oh no, it's being a woman is worse. You have to primp yourself up. And I will say this. I agree with Sharon. Being a woman is probably worse. You have to crimp yourself. You have to primp yourself up, get all ready to go. You have to deal with the period every month. It's not, guys, we get it easier, when it comes to down there, we have to deal with it popping up every once in a while. We don't always have to prep ourselves up. I keep my hair short for 2 reasons. One, I am kind of going bald in the back. You can see there. But also, I don't like having a comb in all the time, I prefer the short hair. I would hate to be a woman to have to comb my hair all the time and have to get myself all primed up in perfume. I wear deodorant and cologne. Rub, 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 spray, spray. Done. That's all I have to do. I take a shower, body wash, shampoo, done. I don't have to worry about a bunch of stuff like women. I don't wear makeup. Look at this. Look at this ugly mug. Look at that. See? Ow. I don't have to worry about all that. I like being a guy. I would hate being a woman. Which, and Berg is also prim and proper with his hair. He hates the fact he has a colic, which I can go with the bald spot thing. And Pete and Ashley are constantly arguing with each other. Although, spoiler alert, they do end up dating at some point. But, it's never really like a loving relationship. I don't know. I haven't got that far. I'm watching through the series to do it for Scotty TV, and I just started season 2. So watching the episodes out of order is just like, throwing. Also, Pete is in his flat top phase, which you'll see on the back here. No, not that one. It's the back of this one. Excuse me. There. His flat top. He's starting his flat top phase. Yeah. So, Irene shows up after this argument. She curses them in the devil's voice. It is the devil in Irene's body, I guess. Curses them. And then, and wake up the next day. Things have changed. Ashley's head grows on Pete's shoulder and almost gets him in trouble with his boss, by the way. Berg has several pimples over his face. His teeth are horrendous. He talks like this. And, his hair's falling out. Later, his arms fall off. And Sharon wakes up with a penis. Yes. But I like this reveal. I think it's the best reveal of all of them. Because she gets up. She's like, I'm going to go take a shower. She goes in. You hear her scream. She comes out. She's like, Johnny, I think I have a winky. And he's like, no, honey. I have a winky. You have a hoo-hoo. I'm sure nothing. And she opens it up. We don't see it, of course. And he's like, ah! Now, well, this is the best reveal of the 3. I think it is the least done. Because obviously you can't show a penis on TV. You could show a bulge, but even back then I don't know if you could. They do some jokes with it, but because you can't show anything, you can't do anything with it, ABC is owned by Disney. It does feel like the less done. There's jokes made about it, but you don't see things like Berg's arm falls off, some hair comes out. You got some slapstick stuff with Ashley and Pete, which I will say, it is kind of... He constantly puts a shirt over her because they don't want to have the actors constantly next to each other. And when it is, actually, I actually said you can tell she's just standing behind him. But so, they're confused on what's going on. But Johnny's concern is that it's bigger than his. So yeah, it's dry. I get dry skin and it just bugs me. Yeah, and so they all meet up in the guy's apartment and they're discussing what happened. And Pete makes fun of the fact that when Berg says Ashley, it comes out like this. Oh, what? Like this? Oh, come on! Had to play this song in my head. I don't know why. I love this version of the theme song. That the earlier one, got in my head too. But for some reason, this morning I woke up and I actually first watched this show on Hulu back when you didn't really have to pay it for all the time. You go on Hulu.com and watch some stuff. It was on there. No, it was on YouTube. It was on YouTube. That's what it was. They had them free on YouTube. Then they took them down. That's what it was. It was on YouTube. That's what it was. Not Hulu. Weird Science was on Hulu. This was on YouTube. Exposure was on YouTube is what it was. And then I bought this to watch all of them because I didn't have some of the episodes. But anyways, I keep getting that song stuck in my head. I don't know why. I have pizza waiting for me too. So they decide they're gonna go. Okay, so they have they go to see Irene, and Irene is possessed by a devil. We get Exorcist reference, which I believe this aired in 2000, and that's around the time they re-released The Exorcist with the version you've never seen, which is the uncut version on DVD now and Blu-ray. And so I think that's kind of why they did it, But she throws a pea soup on Pete's shirt, on Berg's shirt, and he gives Berg the shirt that he used to put on Lashley to wipe it off. And he's like, thank you, Pete. He's like, ugh, devil vomit's really gross. And he puts it on Ashley's head. They keep doing that too. Everyone, whenever they need Ashley to throw out something, they'll have it off and then put it on when she's not needed because they don't want to have it, the actors right like that. But there is a moment when there is a fake Ashley head when it starts growing. It looks really fake. But yeah, Irene says, Devil Irene says, I will break the curses if you sacrifice one of your own. And, they don't want to do it, but they go in the hallway and start discussing who's going to do what. The first they come across Pete. I say it should be Ashley, because out of all of them, I think she is the most hated. I feel like if you threw Ashley into hell, sacrificed her, it wouldn't matter to the most, because at this point, Pete's not dating her yet. Berg is over her. He's had something going on with Irene. And then Johnny and Sharon are together. So Ashley makes the most sense, right? But no, the point is that she's trying to tear apart their friendship. So she makes them choose, and they start arguing. And it starts with Pete. Like, the Pete's going to be the one to do it. And then one of Berg's arms falls off, and they start arguing. He's like, come on, we got to do something. And then when both of his arms fall off, Sharon turns on Berg and is like, I say we choose Berg. All opposed? Put your hands up. Raise your arms. And no one's able to do it until you raise his foot. Foot count. Like, no, it doesn't. Like, yes, if you don't have any legs, then any arms, then your legs are your arms. I'm going to learn to play the banjo with this, or something like that. But no, they push him in there and they say it's going to be Berg. But then Pete and Sharon stand up for him. It's either, and then, they do a joke with Johnny standing up. Oh, you're brave. And she hugs him and he's like, honey, are you aroused? Yeah. Because, dick joke. So they say it's all of them and none of them. And so they all get put in, except for Johnny. Because the things flash, they're back to normal, right? They're back to normal, and they're sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden, the lights go out, and then holes, and it's revealed that they're in a box. Irene is poking holes, and she's got a bunch of people, Robert Goulet, and Sink, there's a bunch of them, I couldn't, Bryant Gumbel, I think is one of them. But yeah, just a whole bunch, and then Pete, Sharon, and Berg, and we have to it's all full. We get rid of one of them, Robert Goulet, who, by the way, married Johnny and Sharon, so he's been in a box since then, apparently. But the cat eats Robert Goulet. Apparently, he's not. We don't see him, but yeah. And then we go to the credits thing, and they're knock their box down, but the cat is there, and apparently the cat eats Pete as Sharon and Berg run away. And again, not in continuity because it ends that way, but this was fun. It's out of the three, it might be the worst of the three, but they're still fun. There's not one in the first season. I watched through the entire first season. There's not one. I'm on the Halloween episode of season 2. That's how far we are. Far I gotten with this, because I watched a bunch yesterday with the guys. They were over, and there was nothing on YouTube to watch. I'll put this in, watch it. The Groby was already asleep a little bit, and Big LT was over here, but I think they got into it a little bit before Fastlane came on. But yeah. Oh, and if you're just now noticing that my Fastlane review is up, it's because I've been pre-recording, so everything gets a lock on it. Don't know why, but for some reason the YouTube has got it where now it automatically gets privatized when I do it. Once I start uploading a bunch to this, because I pre-recorded and then I started doing ones, those Halloween episodes. But then Groby and I pre-recorded Friday 13th Part 3 review, revisited, which will be up next Friday, and the Halloween 3 review, which will be up on Halloween, of course. We also did another one. The Haunted Mansion we did together. So that one's also one we did. It was impromptu because he was here when I did it. So, yeah. So I forgot to make it public because I gotta keep doing it. Hopefully it won't do that now. I don't know. We got to make it public. So I made it public, so it's up on the channel now. As is my review for the 2002 SmackDown Halloween episode. And then this one will be up, of course. So, what are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Next up, we're done with the Halloween episodes. You can count this as a Halloween episode. We're done with Halloween episodes. I'm going to episodes of scary TV shows. And coming up, the next few episodes I'm going to do, reviews I'm going to do, we're going to enter the zone. And I think you know which zone I'm talking about. A world without sight and sound. A world without knowledge. Okay, I can't do that. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one. By the way, a lot of these are going to be ones I haven't seen yet, so my reactions, So thank you. Yeah, bye.